In advance of Steam Next Fest kicking off on the 30th of May, I've been privileged enough to be sent some advanced previews of demos that will be made available, and one stood out head and shoulders above the other ones that I had advanced previews of. Welcome to Melatonin. Melatonin is a rhythm action game that I've had my eye on since its announcement trailer. It has this beautiful hand-drawn cartoonish pastel vibe from the graphical perspective, but gameplay-wise I was getting serious Rhythm Paradise vibes, and I'm delighted to say it absolutely follows the Rhythm Paradise way of going about rhythm action games to a T. If you've never played a Rhythm Paradise game before, I'll explain kind of the concept of how it works. Rhythm games like this work on like a call and response measure. So you'll get a 4-bar beat, for example, and it will go do, 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 do. And then after that kind of 4 beats, you'll then have to tap back into the controller, do, 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 back. And that's what you're seeing as the gameplay kind of progresses. Each mini game in Melatonin is highly abstract because the idea is that you've fallen asleep each night and this is kind of your brain mash of dreams, so it all feels like abstract and weird and slightly kooky and Dreamworld-like, which I love. And the genres of music dramatically change as you move through the different kind of mini games. Firstly, you'll get to have a practice mode because each visual level plays rhythm differently, so some of it might be like a 4-beat call and response and it's very specific. Others might expect you to be like a boom ch boom ch boom ch boom ch, like back as if you're like the hi-hat in something or the snare drum rather than doing bars of music. This is all displayed visually in front of you for the practice mode, which is really helpful because it helps you kind of zone in on what Melatonin is asking you to do. Once you've done well on that, it then lets you dive into the actual minigame itself, which you can unlock a normal and a hard mode for. Normal normally means that you'll do like set pieces of certain types of rhythm, then you'll move on to something else. Hard mode switches things around much more fluidly and quickly, and you just have to be on your toes to make sure that you understand both from visual cues but also audibly what you're meant to be doing. I have to say though, Melatonin smashes that in that regard, because once you've seen something once or twice, you're like, okay, I got it, and then you kind of run on and you get into the sync and the rhythmic flow of a rhythm action game, and that's normally the sign of a good one. Once you've completed all of the different little demos, or well, I say demos, they're like mini game levels. You then, once you've collected enough stars, you can get 3 stars for doing well in each minigame, you'll unlock the finale, which is a mix and match of all the minigames that you've just played, and you'll seamlessly swap between them all, just like a Rhythm Paradise game. So I was happy, I was joyous. The calibration for this game is absolutely required though. It's just a heads up for if you're going to download and play the demo or buy the game, do the calibration, because there's a really small window for getting perfects, and then you're either very slightly early, very slightly late, or it's just deemed a complete miss. And so if you don't do the calibration, you will be out of sync with this game and you'll get frustrated quickly. I found that initially I was slightly too early on things too often, and then I got into the rhythm of like visually understanding and audibly understanding the cues, and I was like, I'm good, I'm fine. Absolute blast to play, love the aesthetic, love the varied soundtrack as well, and I'm super excited to see this game once it actually comes out into launch. I don't have a specific launch date for the game itself, but the demo will be available from Monday, and if anyone loves a rhythm action game, as I know many on this channel do, check this one out. It is my kind of advanced preview top tiered demo that I recommend everyone taking a look at this Steam Next Fest. Hope that was informative. Look out for loads of Steam Next Fest content coming out over the end of May, start of June. I'm going to be doing something slightly different this year, where instead of live streaming stuff, I'm going to try and make much more structured videos, having played the demos beforehand, and see how that lands. So yeah, enjoy, take care.